Okay, I get a lot of questions on what type of glue I use. I tried them all. I'm not real picky. If it works, great. What I found out though is this shoe glue for your vinyls, it works the best. The only place I could find it is at CVS. The shoe glue, it says it works on leather, rubber, vinyls, and canvas. But I like it. It's hard to work with, but it works fast and it stays well. I forget the price. I think it was like close to $5. I've tried the other ones. I've tried the Amazing Goop from Walmart. I've tried the Loctite. Sometimes I use these. It says this one glues whatever, bonds forever. I found that's not really true, but they both dry clear, so if you can't find the shoe glue, this is another option you can use for using on the vinyl. Gem-Tac was one of my favorite glues for the longest time, but now they've gone from $3.99 up to $8.99 for the same size bottle, and it's not worth the price, but I used to love this very much. My favorite right now is this one here, Crafter's Pick, the Ultimate. It's very thick. It's got a really thick consistency. I use this to. This would be a good choice to bind all of your layers of your foam sheets together. This would be a good choice. Some of the, like the tacky glue, I use this to glue my fabric to my inner soles, and the reason it's because it's a thinner consistency. It spreads easily, and you can do it really thin, so where this one will come out thick, this one is real thin where you can spread it and you won't have that glue go through your fabric. So I like this. This Max Tacky adhesive, it also dries clear. This is a good one to use for doing your soles, putting your soles on your shoes. This is a good one. I've tried so many different glues, and they all seem to pretty much work well. This Well Bond works good. It's also a thin one. I like this one. Sometimes I resort to super glue when something I can't get to stick won't stick. So no glue is wrong. It's just whatever you can find in your area or what works best for you. This one even works on the styrofoam and fabric, ceramics, much more. This one, I forget the price of it, but it's a pretty good deal for the amount of glue that you get. But you know, you just have to play with it and see what works best for you. Another nice thing you can do is get one of these I don't know what they're called, but something where you can store your glue upside down, especially when it's getting really low at the end, so you can keep all your glue at the bottom. So that's really helpful to have too. So anyway, that's my glue. Okay, I'll go on to the next question. Okay, the next question I get a lot is the finish on the tennis shoes. I use two different kinds. You've seen them in both the videos. This is the tubular vinyl gasket. I got this at Home Depot, but it's also available at Lowe's. You can also get it online. This is the white one. I believe you might be able to find it in black if you order it online. But what I use is I just take my scissors and I cut off that tubular part, or use your cutters, whatever you have, to get a smooth cut, and then that's what I use for the rubber finish. I got an email while I was gone from a lady who said that they have these bathtub vinyl stickers that have a texture on them, a bumpy texture, and she says she can cut those up and use them for also the soles around the tennis shoe, and she says it looks just like tennis shoe. I haven't got to Home Depot to try it, to look for them yet, but that's another option. So this one is the Frost King. It's a WV18W, and the other one I used is the ribbed EPDM rubber weather seal. This is the self-stick tape. I got this at Home Depot also. It's also available at Lowe's. If you order it online, you can also get it in the black. You see the black in the picture, but the one I bought was the white. And it's the same thing, but this comes in, you get two different, you have to split, they're both 18 feet long, but this one you have to split it in half. Let me see if I can get this out of here. This one you're just going to split it in half and only use half of it. Let me see if I can do that. Okay, there you go. So then there's, and then the peel and the stick. And those were the two things I put in the video for the tennis shoes. And they're both available at Home Depot's or Lowe's. $5.98 for this one and $3.57 for this one. Okay, so that's for the tennis shoes. In a couple of my videos I mentioned that I was going to try and make some soles out of clay. And one of the viewers, her name was Peggy, she sent me some clay soles that she had made. She said what she did was she ran them through, she took the clay and ran them through her pasta machine. I think she said like 10 times to, because you have to get the clay conditioned. And so she sent, I sent her a couple pictures of what I was thinking about doing on these, and then this is what she came up with for the soles. And they're just so cute. I just haven't had a chance to use them yet. But she texturized, she did the shape of the soles from one of the patterns, and then she texturized it with that heart shape, just like the pair of shoes that Kelsey came in. I haven't tried them yet, but this is a really good idea. I suppose if you dropped them or bent them, they might crack, but I'm definitely going to work on this as soon as I can unpack my pasta machine and start working with some clay soles. Anyway, her name, she has a website. She also has an Etsy shop. Her name is, her business is called Peg's Clay Ground. Peg's Clay Ground. And she does the most beautiful, beautiful necklaces and designs. She also sells beads. So she sent me some of the beads that she uses. She orders these from, I forget where she said, maybe China, I think. But anyway, she sells these beads and she makes the most gorgeous, gorgeous, oh my gosh, you can't believe the things she makes. But these would make beautiful sandals, so I could go ahead and take these beads that she sells. I think she said these were the 6 millimeters. I'm not sure. But she has them in all the different colors and they're just absolutely gorgeous. But she sells these and look at her products. It's just gorgeous stuff. But anyway, she has an Etsy shop and she's also on Facebook. And she has it's www.pegsclayground.etsy.com. And she's also on Facebook, www.facebook.com/peg1950. And she does beautiful work. Beautiful, beautiful work. So that's something that's coming up in the future as far as these clay soles are. I'm going to definitely expand on this. I'm thinking of doing a thin strip and going around and being able to take your sole and then just, let's see if I can find one here. Take your inner sole and then just drop it. Just drop it into the clay and then just glue it in. I don't know if I have one. I don't have one that's just covered with fabric. Here it is. Okay, let's just say I had a inner sole that's covered with fabric, and then I had the top shoe on it. I could just put glue on the bottom of my inner sole and then just drop it and glue it right in there, and there'd be a little ridge here where everything would fit just nice and neat. She just waxed her with, I think she told me she used just Pledge wax to get that nice buff to this. And she baked hers for 45 minutes at 250. But she covered hers with foil. She put foil on top so they wouldn't brown. And then she just baked them. I think she said she used a regular convection oven. I'm not sure. But she baked them for 45 minutes at 250. And I just wrote this on scrap paper. And they're about, excuse me, I think she made them about, okay, so a 1/16 of an inch is what they are. Yeah, 1/8, a 1/16. Yeah. So there's a half, there's a quarter, and there's an 1/8. So yeah, she made her soles 1/8 of an inch thick all the way around, and then she put a little heel on this one, and this one she just did flat. But that's on my to-do list, so I'm going to give it a try. Okay, so when I was talking about that back of that sewing thing, I was at a thrift store. I don't know if it was Goodwill or what, but I bought like 5 of these. It's all that, this is what they use on the back of that ironing board. And they just glued this on the back to keep the fabric down. But this is just that tearaway fabric. And you can get it at any, even at Joann's carries it. You just go over to that, where the Pellon is, and you'll find the tearaway fabric. If you want to just glue this on the back of your ironing board cover, it'll work. And once you put that glue down there, it'll just give it a nice texture. This is exactly what they use because it's the same size hole and everything. But I forget, it varies in price depending on what kind you get. They also have the iron-on Pellon that's only iron-on one side. So if you want to just iron the back of your ironing board down with a piece of Pellon, that would work too. There's just so many things you can do. Okay, I think that's pretty much it as far as the different questions I've been asked. I can't think of anything else that I get a lot of, but I'll check before I finish up this video. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Okay, I get a lot of questions on eyelets. A lot emails on eyelets. What kind to use, what size to use, what how to put them on in your shoes. I've used them all. This one is the 5/32 by Dritz. If you buy one of the kits that has the 25 eyelets in it, you'll get the hammer and anvil. So this is all you're going to need. I can't find the other half of this. But everything comes in the kit, and you just hammer your eyelets in your shoes. That's what these are right here on this black pair of tennis shoes. Same size eyelet as the 5/32. And they work fine. In fact, I even attach these eyelets using the hammer and anvil, because this is one of the first pair of tennis shoes I made. And I've got something on the end there. Oh well. Don't know what happened there. Okay, then you've got the smaller ones. The smaller ones, I bought a whole bunch of, I found a place online called the Eyelet Outlet, and they sell so many of their eyelets, and they have almost every single color. They sell the plain golds, they sell the mixed version, so you can buy like a mixture of brown and get the browns, the beiges, and the dark browns. I forget how much I bought, but I bought so many of them because they were so reasonably priced, and I knew I couldn't find them for that price anywhere else. So that was the eyeletoutlet.com. They also have a thing called a quiklet. A quiklet is where you take these out and you twist them, and it'll go onto your, I did a video on this. But it's more for scrapbooking, but they will work for shoes too in the different designs. They have so many designs. It's worth taking a look at the shoe. Anyway, okay, here is the small ones. These are the little 1/8 of an inch eyelets, and same thing, they come in all kinds of different colors and shades. One thing they sell at this Eyelet Outlet is these metal stabilizers. I've found that I don't need them on the shoes. When you're using the vinyl shoes or the fabric shoes, the fabric's thick enough so you don't have to worry about stabilizing it with these metal bars. But you can if you prefer doing that. You can go to Michael's or Joann's and go into the scrapbooking area, and you're going to find these little kits of eyelets. They're over there with the brads and everything, and you can get them in different designs and shapes. These are the little flowers, and those would look cute on eyelets for the shoes also. You'll also find the, this was a double pack, you'll also find the all the different metals. You'll have copper, silver, pewter. These are 1/8. I haven't found these in the bigger ones, but the smaller ones, they definitely have all the different metal colors. Same thing with all the different colors. You'll find them too also over there. And that's the difference between the big eyelet and the small eyelet. They both work just fine on these shoes, so it doesn't matter if you go with the 1/8 or the 5/32. Doesn't matter. Okay, as far as putting them on your shoes, I do not recommend these I don't recommend these pliers, because they don't work for me. If they work for you, great, but I've tried so many times and I end up ruining the eyelet, and it just causes me a big headache. So what I use that I like the best that I found is called the Universal Eyelet Setter. I don't have the package anymore, but if you go over to where all your stamping supplies are, your scrapbooking, you're going to find the Universal Eyelet Setter. You can also buy it online for, I think it's $9.99, something like that. But it comes with 3 attachments. This is your universal. It'll open up any eyelet, and then you have your small eyelet, and then you have your big eyelet attachment. So you just put, and you don't even need the anvil underneath. You just put this on top of your eyelet, hammer it down, it'll open it up. And then same thing here. To make your holes, go over to where the leather crafts are, and you'll find these little hole punches. These little hole punches are over with the leather supplies. And then get the ones that have the small holes, and you'll get the ones that'll match perfectly with both sides of the eyelets. So you'll find that Michael's carries them, Hobby Lobby carries them. I haven't checked at Joann's, but I'm sure Joann's carries them too. So that's that. I've had a lot of requests lately for espadrilles, a pattern for espadrilles. Coming apart here. I don't have a pattern per se, but I don't know if you remember this video I did a long time ago. I made a pair of these shoes that are almost like espadrilles. But what I did was I used the heel part from the foam pattern, and then I used the toe part for the clog pattern, and I put them together. And that's how you're going to get a pair of espadrilles. You can either put the ribbon here and then just put a strip around it, or you can actually, I ran my fabric up and around and over to create this sort of, I was testing, at the time I was testing the vinyl floor tiles for a sole, and I don't think I like it much with these shoes, not this version, but I think I can make another pair of these espadrilles and do a video on it. I never got around to doing it, but it's pretty close to an espadrille. I would just go with the either foam or the fabric covered base. But that's where you're going to find your espadrilles. So same thing, foam and then clog, and you'll get your own espadrilles. Okay, I think that pretty much covers all of the questions I get asked all the time. I can't think of anything else, but if I find out I keep getting more and more of the same questions over and over, I'll do another one. So anyway, okay, so I'm going to next video is I'm going to show you how to make these skirts. They're very tight fitting skirts, but that's my next video. So I'll get started on that. Okay, so I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.